Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Gaudens Nyabeta, and in this video I'm going to speak about two dreams that I had concerning the Rona epidemic. Now, I come from Kenya and I live in Germany. This dream occurred and I was sure of it that it was in the Kenyan embassy in Germany. Now, we were in a gathering which looked to me as if it was a celebratory gathering because we were having many people were there, and even one of my relative was there, and some people I knew were there, and there were a lot of different cuisines to dine and wine from. So I was talking to a gentleman who was wearing a white shirt and a sky blue suit. And after talking to him, it was just getting to know each other, like just a normal conversation. And I turned from him and I approached. I was next to then another lady who was elderly lady wearing white. And that elderly lady talked to me, looked at me and talked to me and said, Gaudens, go and continue talking with that gentleman. You might end up getting to know him and he could be your kingdom husband so he can help you raise your children. So it can help you raise your children. So I went back, I listened to her. I was wearing myself white shirt, I remember, and with a very broad belt. So I tucked my shirt in. I remember I stretched off myself. And then I made myself, to look presentable because that's exactly what I did in that dream. And then I approached the man who I had previously talked to. Now, immediately I got the presence of that man. The thought of me like we are just going to have a normal conversation and maybe it might end up leading like we getting to know each other, exchanging numbers and all that stuff. That went out of my sight, out of my mind. In that dream, immediately I got in the presence of that gentleman. He started telling me of the Rona epidemic dream, about the Rona epidemic, which was going to come. That means he started prophesying to me. Now, this gentleman starts saying to me that in few years, in the future, there is going to be an outbreak, and in that outbreak, human beings are going to be forced. People are going to be forced to work with their insurances everywhere where they go. And he told me at the moment he was speaking, just like the moment he started speaking, we changed from the position we were, and now we see ourselves in the epidemic. Now I see myself seeing what is going on when the epidemic is going to break out. Now, when he said there was going to be an outbreak, and immediately it was a dream in a dream. Immediately that what was going to happen was I was experiencing it. What had happened was there was small little gingerbread figures which were running in parks, which were running after human beings, which were running over the tables, which were running, and the human beings were running away from these things, going to their homes. Then all of a sudden I see these people who dress in all white, or who dress in all white, who dress with this protective gown or protective attire of and disinfecting every table, even they were disinfecting some fences and all that stuff. And I asked this gentleman that I was with, why are human beings afraid of these small tiny things? And they were really just very tiny and running after the human. I found out in German gingerbread is called Lebkuchen. And I asked myself, why was I being shown that that is the kind of outbreak, and in the reflection of, and in an image of a gingerbread. Then we know that gingerbread is usually in the shape of a stylized human being. The synonyms of stylized is conventionalized, artificial, and real. And stylized itself means to represent or design according to a style or pattern rather than according to nature or tradition. Now you see where it comes in handy. The issue of nature or tradition is not, it's not according to. That was not normal. That was unconventional, and it's artificial. It's unreal. And now that, because we know of what had happened, if this knowledge, I could have not, I could have not, I could have not gotten it right until the Lord showed me the second dream. Now, after we had I had seen those small gingerbread running after human beings, and human beings running into their homes, hiding. They're in their park, they're running over the tables and the chairs, and human beings are running away from the parks, and the parks and the tables and the chairs are being sterilized, are being disinfected with these palms, and the people who are dressed in these protective gowns, so that they can be able to sterilize the park and the chairs, and even I saw the fences. Now, after I had seen that, I again came back to the position we were with this gentleman. And at that position, he starts talking to me about how God has given him a lot of inheritance. My father, the statement he made was, "My father has given me a lot of inheritance, and it's a burden to bear." And in that very moment, I empathized with him. I said, "Oh my, I can help you. Poor you, I can help you. I can help you, carry the burden. I can help you, wherever you could need me, I could help you." And that dream ended like that. Now, I did not equate that dream in any way or another. I only knew that the word of outbreak, when he spoke of there is going to be an outbreak, which will force all people to be carrying their their um, their insurances, their what is this called? Their insurances with them everywhere they went. Now, the second dream was more detailed, was so specific, that when this epidemic came, oh dear, I was so devastated. What could have I done for me? And you see, these dreams that I had shared with some few friends whom I usually talk to and say, "Oh, I had such a dream, let's pray about it." Or can you tell me, could you tell what this could mean, or the other? Now, the second dream went like this. The second dream, I see the emergency car with two doctors and my sister-in-law, and one of my sisters-in-law, and they were all dressed in these protective gowns, and they were disinfecting things. I mean, either they were having these jerry cans which have which have the instrument of disinfecting things, which they use to spray and to places, or to a surface or something of the sort. So I see them, and I asked one gentleman, and they were Caucasian, and my sister-in-law, and I asked my I asked one of these gentlemen, "What are you doing?" And he said, "We are disinfecting these areas because there is an epidemic." And I asked him, "What do you mean there is an epidemic?" "There is a virus outbreak." And I still look at him and ask, "What do you mean there is a virus outbreak?" And the gentleman goes ahead. Oh, before that, I asked my sister-in-law, like, I didn't know that you're a nurse. What are you doing? What are you doing with these people? And they say, I used to be a nurse before I came abroad. But nevertheless, continuing the talk with I had with them, and that's all I conversed with her, by the way. Continuing the talk that I had with this gentleman. So he says there's going to be an epidemic, there's going to be a virus outbreak, there's going to be an outbreak of a virus. And I was looking at him like as if he's speaking Chinese and I'm speaking English. Like, I asked him, what do you mean? I didn't seem to be understanding what he was speaking. I was just continuing asking, what do you mean an epidemic? What do you mean with a virus outbreak? Then he says, from his own lips, he says, there is going to be a virus outbreak that is called SARS. Then I say, what? I look at him like, what? Like, what are you speaking about? What do you mean? Then he says, SARS is written SARS. He spells for me that name. The origin of the virus as the kind of virus that's going to be in that is going to break out in the near future. He spells the name in that dream. And I woke up from that dream. I knew that there was going to be an outbreak, or I was already informed there was going to be an outbreak. It was a virus in outbreak, and the virus is an origin. It's the virus is called. It's a group of SARS, a SARS virus, an outbreak of a SARS virus. Exactly, that's why I use words. An outbreak of a SARS virus. SARS. I did not go to Google to look into that, what was SARS, because I was thinking like, that's so spiritual. What do I know about this thing that I had? I was spelled for nothing. Have I heard of it? No. Did I make an attempt to look into it in Google? I didn't, unfortunately. Did I share it with one or two people? Yes, because it was it was disturbing where because it was so clear. It was laid to me word by word, like it was so clear as the sun rays are. Now, when the Rona epidemic came, and I hear them explaining that this virus is from the origin of SARS virus, my heart, I cried. I cried my eyes out. I cried. I said to myself, what could have I done? What could have I done with this information? What could have I said? Who could have I approached with it? What could have I done to help myself, to help my family, to prepare for it? What could have I done? How could have I prayed to God and say, Father, give me a revelation, explain to me? Maybe because I did not show enough interest, or I did not yield as the Lord had desired of me. So there is nothing came after that. Nothing concerning that epidemic came after those two dreams. And it is in the second dream that I related with the first dream to say, now I have two dreams concerning the outbreak of a virus that is going to be in our midst, that is going to occur in the near future. I was not given the time, but I was told in the future there is going to be an outbreak of this and that. Now, having been told the name of the virus itself, and to hear the news, people saying it is a SARS virus. You see, God loves us so much. God is such a loving God. God has never ever intended for us to be caught unawareness of anything. He said, if there is prophets in your midst, I will reveal to them. I do not I myself, I have had dreams which have come to pass almost immediately, almost even the next day. I have had revelations which I could have not come upon if God could have not given me. And when then I speak of them and I find that the name is right, this and that, the situation is the same way I've explained it, then I ended up knowing and accepting that I received prophetic dreams. And this is a one way that the Lord has desired to speak with me or to reveal what He desires to me. Why I am so moved with this dream or with those two dreams is because they came to pass in this magnitude that they came to pass in this magnitude, a worldwide epidemic. And that information was laid into my heart. There are some other things that the Lord has spoken to me concerning so many other things, so many, situations, which I'm going to share in this channel. Seriously speaking, because of this dream that came to pass in that magnitude, I will not want to hold any word of knowledge that I've received. Even if it's going to, one person is going to hear it. But I have to speak of them. Because the feeling I had after hearing the name of the virus, the origin of it, it's a SARS virus. No one can, it is, you know, it's heartbreaking. It saddened me so much. It bothered me so much. It made me sad. It made me ask myself, what could have I done best? What could have I done best with this kind of information? Now, because I have shared this, and I'm getting emotional, I'm so sorry. I have shared this for the sake of of other revelation that I'm going to share. You know, when Sarah one day said that I have checked God on all accounts and I found him faithful, it meant that there is information that we are given that is not only meant for us, it's meant for all of us. It's meant for whom God has chosen for them to receive. I want to thank you for watching this video. And I want to thank you also that you'll be interested about the few other videos I'm going to produce. I think I'm going to share probably in a week from now, that you may come back, please, and watch those videos. The reason being that there are few things that I want to share that the Lord has laid in my heart to share. And simply because this track record that He has given me of Him communicating in this magnitude is not only for me. No, it cannot be. But to every person who God has sent and enabled to hear the information. I want to thank you so much for watching. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.